I've got a busy work week ahead and we won't have a chance to heat up anything, so I decided to make 3 easy pasta salads that will be cold, no reheat lunches. I got all my ingredients at the Dollar Tree, except for you will see this ranch that I will be using up, and we also are going to be using some Italian dressing as a dressing and some pesto as well. I also got some whole wheat pasta because I'm trying to eat just a little bit healthier. We got some summer sausage as well that we're going to be using in 2 of the recipes, a bag of the mixed peppers and onions, a can of veggies which we subbed out for some Parmesan cheese, some olives, some chickpeas, some diced tomatoes, and a little bit of grated Parmesan, which I know is not the best grated Parmesan, but since I purchased it already in the last video, I am trying to use it up. I started out by boiling a pot of water. I added some salt to the water. I like to salt my pasta water just to get that pasta already a little more flavorful. I added my entire box of pasta in and let that go ahead and cook up. Then I cut up my summer sausage. This has got a slightly vinegary type of taste and tastes a little bit like a salami. And I went ahead and chopped it into quarters, as you see, and we'll use this in our recipes. I went ahead and took that pepper stir fry and just chopped that up as well. We're just kind of prepping everything really quick here. That way, when it comes time to mix up the salads, we can do so very easily. I cut up about half a can of my olives as well, and then I got to work on my first salad. I added 3 cups of the cooked pasta, a half a cup of the salami or the summer sausage, a half a cup of the chopped up pepper and onion mix, a half a cup of whole olives, and a quarter of a cup of these diced tomatoes. Then I added in a quarter of a cup of the grated Parmesan topping, which I said this is not the best grated Parmesan you will ever have. There is a smaller can at Dollar Tree that is supposed to be better. I've tried the smaller can and I wasn't as impressed with it either. So in my opinion, get your grated Parmesan elsewhere if you're able to. If you can't, then the smaller can works in a pinch. This one also worked better than I thought it would, so this is not the end of the world if this is the one you have as well. I then added in a quarter of a cup of the Italian dressing and then added some salt and pepper just until it tasted right after I went ahead and mixed everything in. I mixed everything together and the Parmesan actually helped to meld everything together pretty well, so I was happy about that because I was pretty sure people weren't going to enjoy the fact that I was still using this Parmesan. But I mean, this is what I've got and this is what I'm using up. So the name of the game is to use up things in my cupboard this time around, and I have a lot of things in my cupboard, as well as to use the ingredients that I purchased from the Dollar Tree. Next, I added in about a half a can of my chickpeas. It ended up being about a cup into my pasta salad, and then I mixed it all together. And this is our finished pasta salad. This was actually quite delicious. I was surprised because when I tasted it, I tasted a little bit of sweet, and I realized it's from the tomatoes. The tomatoes really added a sweet punch. I guess they had a lot of sweet tomatoes in that batch, but it was really delicious. Next up, I went ahead and I'm preparing somewhat of a similar salad as well. 3 cups of cooked pasta, a half a cup of the pepper and onion mix, a half a cup of tomatoes, a heaping half a cup of the summer sausage, and then I went ahead and put in about a 1/4 of a cup of this ranch, which was the last of the bottle. As I said, I'm trying to use things up. I know you can get ranch at Dollar Tree, so I went ahead and used what I had in my cupboard in order to, make the most of what I have already. Then I added in about a 1/4 of a cup of that grated Parmesan again and went ahead and mixed everything all together. If you had bacon bits, you could add some of that into this. That would probably taste really good. Give like a bacon and ranch kind of twist to the salad. Then I went ahead and added salt and pepper to taste and put a few olives on top just for looks. And there we have our finished salad. And here it is, all packed up and ready to head to work with me. Each of these salads serves at least 2, so keep that in mind while you're packing things up and storing them. Now for our third salad of the day, I went ahead and put the rest of the noodles, which ended up being about 5 cups, into my bowl. Added in a cup of the pepper and onion stir fry mix, a half a cup, which was the rest of the can of the diced tomatoes, a half a cup of garbanzo beans, which was the rest of that can, and a half a cup of chopped up olives, which was also the last of that can. I ended up using up pretty much all the ingredients except for the Parmesan cheese, which I did have some left of course. So I went ahead and added in my pesto, and I put in about 1/4 of a cup and then mixed it around. You can always add more or less depending on how pesto-y you like your dishes. I thought it was pretty good with how much was in, but you could always add more, and the back of the container, I believe, says that it serves 2 per container, so you could technically add that whole jar into this if you really wanted it to be heavy on the pesto side. I mixed everything together, and this was our finished product. Throughout the week, I'm going to use these jalapeno crispy bits to put on top of each of the pasta salads just to add a little pizzazz and a little crunch. Be careful because they are a little bit spicy, but if you like a little spice, then this is for you. Thanks for watching. I will see you all in the next one.